All right, so today we have Dr. Steven Zettler with us. He's an orthodontist that's actually right next door to our office, so it makes it extra convenient for us. But Dr. Zettler is a Fairfield native. He went to Xavier University and did his dental school down at the University of Kentucky and did his specialization in orthodontics down in Kentucky as well. We're really, really lucky to have him next door. He's a great guy, good friend, and a trusted clinician. So thanks for coming on today, Doc.
No problem, Lee. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, let's give the people what they want. All right. The most common question. All right. How old should my kid be when they go visit the orthodontist?
You know, it's a giant gray area that we get this question all the time. The American Association of Orthodontics recommends about 7 years old. And the timing with that being when kids are getting their front teeth in, their permanent incisors in, is when they say they should be seen by an orthodontist. Now, in our case, in our practice, we're pretty conservative, and very rarely are we going to start kids in treatment that young. The key to seeing them that early is that you can sometimes catch some problems, and if you do a little bit of treatment at that early time frame, you can prevent a bigger problem from happening down the road. So in our office, we say anytime after they're getting the front incisors in, we're happy to take a look, sort of set your mind at ease most of the time, and just say, hey, this is what we're looking at. It's not time to do anything yet, but we'll just follow you along, and then we'll know when the right time to start is.
Excellent. I think that'll be helpful. Now, when they come in that first time, let's say we have someone that's, whether they're 7 coming in or maybe they're 12 or 13, and it's time for braces. What's kind of a basic thing to expect the first visit?
Yeah. So like that age you mentioned, probably the average starting age for full treatment is in that 11.5 to 12 range. So somewhere between that 7 to 12. I didn't mention that before. But in our office, the first appointment is what we call a new patient appointment, someone that hasn't been to our office before. Really what we're doing is an exam where one of the doctors, I practice with my dad and my brother, so one of the three of us will basically just have a look around. Takes about 2 or 3 minutes, basically counting teeth, looking at the relationship, how the teeth fit together, taking some notes down on what we see. Sometimes we may need to take a panoramic radiograph if we have some questions about what we can't see and we need to look at an x-ray and see what's there. But really the first visit is just taking a look, seeing what we have, and seeing if anything needs to be done. Most of the time right there we can say, yes, we need to do something now, or no, we need to hold off a little bit more. So very, usually that first appointment maybe 15 minutes to a half hour, depending on the extent of what we're doing. But very easy, nothing painful, nothing. The worst thing we do is we stretch the cheeks out a little bit so we can get a nice picture of those teeth.
Yeah. They love that part. I know everybody comes in, we take their pictures. They love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That'll be good to know. Now, shifting gears just a little bit, we hear a lot on TV about Invisalign clear aligners. What's been the impact on your practice, and how do you guys like to utilize Invisalign?
But Invisalign really is a wonderful tool. We view Invisalign and braces as 2 different ways to accomplish the same goal. And we try to sort of talk about, when someone comes in, the pros and the cons of both ways of treating, and then kind of throw it back into the patient's court. And they can help us decide which way they think is the best way to treat. Invisalign, say 10, 15 years ago, was not utilized nearly as much as it is now. It was more for very minor tooth movement. Now they've improved their technology so much that it's a pretty even playing field. There are some cases that braces are better than Invisalign. There are some cases that Invisalign is even better than braces. There's just pros and cons to both. And so in our practice, we don't really like to push either route. We like to, be as objective as we can. So we let you know, hey, this is the case you have. This is what we're looking at. This is, maybe how long it would take with braces, how long with Invisalign. Talk about the pros and cons of both. And in general, Invisalign, it's a great way to treat. Very comfortable, looks better. The hygiene is so much better with it. That's one of the major pluses, is you can take them out, brush and floss like normal. The hygiene is really wonderful. The biggest thing with Invisalign is just the discipline. You got to have the discipline to wear them all the time for an extended period of time. If you have that discipline to do it, then, a lot of times with adults, we say, hey, Invisalign, you'd be a great candidate.
That's good. Yeah, when we're the ones paying for it, that's when we tend to fall through a little bit better too with that Invisalign. So
yeah, we're happy to do it on kids as well. We really have no problem with it. We want to be as honest as we can with the parents about what this kid has to do, because some kids are best Invisalign patients and they are just religious about it, and other kids that we've tried it with just sort of are lackadaisical about it, and they just never get anywhere, and we end up having to go to braces. So rather than spin our wheels like that, we try to be upfront with the parents and say, if you think your child will be a good Invisalign candidate, we're happy to go that route.
Absolutely. Well, that's good. Now, final question, if someone's on the fence, should I get orthodontics? Should I not?
Yeah.
You guys have a great ability to just give options and let people decide. But what do you try to say to someone who that would really benefit them, but they're still just not sure what they should do?
There's several different ways that we can. I don't like to force anybody to do anything. I like to turn the tables back on them. If someone's telling me that they've got, say, a crooked tooth up front that's bothering them, or the teeth don't fit together right, or something like that, and they think about it all the time, I try to echo that back to them, that your teeth should not be something that you worry about or think about. There's enough other things going on that you can worry about, think about. People always ask, do I need braces? Do I need treatment? And I kind of throw that back, and I said, I can objectively tell you what you have wrong and what we can fix, but you sort of have to be the one to tell me that you need treatment. If it's something that you think about at all, it bothers you, you notice it in the mirror. A common thing we see is people say they notice it in pictures. You see a lot more pictures of yourself online and social media and everywhere nowadays than you used to, and they'll say, I never noticed, this tooth doesn't really bother me, but every time I see myself in a picture, that tooth is sticking out or something like that. And so, granted, it costs money to have it fixed, but we say, if you're thinking about it, to me, that's telling me, yes, you need treatment. But in our office, if people sort of outside of the office ask about it, I say, there's no cost to it for the new patient appointment. Come in, let's have a look. We'll let you know what you got. Some people, they get online and they think, oh, they're going to have jaw surgery or something really extreme to have it fixed. And in the end, they had a really simple case, but they didn't go through with it because they were worried that they were going to have this, that, and the other, and every case is different. So we just tell people, hey, give us a call, come in. It's a painless, easy appointment. We take a look, we let you know what you've got, what we're thinking, how long, how much, go over all the details, and then you have all the information you need to kind of make a decision going forward. And then you don't have to worry about all the stuff you see on the internet about what these horror stories or these wonderful stories or anything else, because like I said, every case is different. And so we like to give you a zoomed in, personalized view of what we're looking at.
Beautiful approach, man. That's why we love working together. Well, Doc, thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Lee.
We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. See you, bud.
Yeah.